Welcome back to another episode of My Sister's TBR. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Stacey, and we are so excited to be back. Can you believe we're already at our season 2 finale?
No, I feel like I blacked out, honestly. Time sure does fly when you are stressed out and trying to read, and you have kids. Don't know how you do it. I don't even have time for my own life.
No, it's difficult. But we did it. We made it through a year. And on this episode, we're going to take a look back at everything we read in 2024. We're going to be covering the good, the bad, and the what were we thinking?
Sure, there's lots in there of that.
Yes. A trip down memory lane.
We'll be reminiscing about our absolute favorites, those books that stole our hearts and earned a permanent spot on our shelves, which you now know is called a trophy.
Yes. I learned that in 2024. But we're not going to be shying away from the duds either. We'll be dishing on the books that we did not like throughout 2024. Some that may have been DNF'd, some that should have been DNF'd.
And of course, obviously we love spilling the tea. We'll be giving you a sneak peek at what's in store for My Sister's TBR in 2025 for our third season.
Third season.
Insane.
So grab your coffee or your tea and settle in. Join us for a year-end recap filled with laughter, nostalgia, and maybe even a few controversial opinions.
More than likely. And a huge thank you to all of our amazing listeners for sticking with us through another year of books. We definitely could not have done it without you.
Nope. And here's to a new year, a whole new stack of books. And now, let's dive into 2024. Starting with our January books. What was your favorite book you read in January?
You know what? Like, this is like pure, authentic reactions right now because I have not thought at all about any previous books that I read this year up until right now. Yeah. So.
I know. I think I know.
Okay. This is literally, I didn't read very much in January, but this is a given. I finished the ACOTAR series last January. Yep. So, my favorite for January would have to be A Court of Silver Flames, of course.
Of course. That's obviously has to be high up on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are a Rhysand girly, right?
Like, I turned a little bit.
Okay.
To Cassian. But honestly, I can't choose. Can I just have all three?
Yeah, okay. I can condone this, yes. I was going to ask, as a Rhysand girly, like, how you felt reading Silver Flames. Are we getting close to spoilery?
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't fully ask that. Let's leave our ACOTAR discussions for maybe something that might come in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to be careful here because Ange she just finished book 3. No, she just finished book 2. She's on to book 3 now. she's very much a Reese girly.
Okay. Okay. And I mean, that's
So-
still valid. There's still a lot
Oh,
of people who read the whole series that are still...
1000%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like there's... Yeah.
I'm still... Anyway, okay, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
What was yours? What was your favorite read of last January?
For January, I picked The Cursed by Harper L. Woods. You read it before I did, because I think you jumped right into it after we featured the first book. I think you went on to the second, and I didn't. I was like, nope, I have way too much going on in my life right now.
Fair. Very fair.
So I was a little bit delayed, but that I have to pick as my favorite for January. And I did read quite a bit in January. I think I read like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in January. So the fact that that topped it is pretty
mean,
impressive.
What an amazing series. Oh,
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, very like... I know it's like technically fantasy, but it feels more of like a paranormal side of fantasy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But I just, it was so good.
I'm not ready. Like, I want more. I want more.
Yeah, I think January we featured Fall of Ruin and Wrath by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which was fun.
Yep.
That was still a really good read. Still felt a little rushed to me. But
I'm looking right now, and I rated Fall of Ruin and Wrath and A Court of Silver Flames both 4 stars.
okay.
So, she was good. I wouldn't mind reading the rest of that series, actually.
I don't know if it's out yet.
Oh, okay.
There is nothing on Goodreads yet.
Okay, great.
So, who knows? Okay. Let's move on to February. Okay, so featured in February was Icebreaker by Hannah Grace.
Okay, so I read 4 books that month. I've got 3 really good contenders.
Oh.
Yep. So, actually, I can narrow it down to 2 because one of them was pretty predictable.
Okay.
No, you know what? I have to. I've got to go with Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy for my February.
I started it and I never went back to finish it.
What are you doing? It's so good.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
It's so good.
So that's your top for February?
I think so, yeah. It just resonated with me a lot.
Well, you are a girl abroad.
True. I was just going to say
I'm just a broad girl.
Oh, God. I was going to say, I don't, not all of my life is exactly like what she was going through. But honestly, if I ended up having male roommates, it probably would have ended up the same.
Fair.
Let's just be fair here. Or let's just be honest. But yeah, I rated that a 4-star. Oh my God. It was so good. I love her writing. I just, I know back in February, when I was actually talking about it, after I read it, I talked about, there was, a quote at the end of it that she had said, and I just, I loved it so much. So that, takes the cake right there for February.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. What about you? You have so many to choose from, so I'm so intrigued.
But now, February, I only read 4 books. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple months here where I really had a lot going on, and I couldn't get into it. But yeah, so February, I read 4 books, and it was a good month. All 4 books that I read, I rated 4 and up. So it is hard to choose, but I'm going to have to go with In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I cried. I was giddy. I was terrified. It was such a good read.
I don't know if I cried at all this year.
Oh my God. I have so many times. Have you read this book? You haven't, right?
No, not
Have
yet.
you read any of her contemporary romance books?
No.
Oh my God. It is like, it's up there with like Emily Henry's contemporary romance.
Damn.
Like, and we really liked Emily Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that if you were to look into her books, that you would really like her writing.
I'm still in this weird funk where I don't want to read romance. I don't want to be made. I don't want to cry. Ugh. I don't want
Fair,
to feel my
okay.
emotions.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's why
fair.
I've been obsessing over the mystery thrillers all year.
And In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros is going to be adapted into a, unsure if it's movie or TV, but Netflix is doing it.
Okay, I was going to
So-
say that, but I wasn't exactly sure if it
Yeah.
was that one specifically.
That's
Amazing.
why I had to Google. Yeah. So you have to read it before we can watch the movie.
Okay, promise.
Okay.
Promise.
Thank you. We can
Add
wait
it
because
to
I'm
the
sure it's going to be a
TBR.
while.
True, actually. I've got time.
Yeah.
I've got time.
Oh, and now we slip into March.
Ooh.
Our featured read for March was What Lies Within Masks and Shadows by Nicole May. That was our featured. And that was the first month that we
Yes.
did an author interview as well with Nicole May.
That is very true. Mm-hmm.
So if anybody wants to check that one out, that's on our website.
That was fun.
That was lovely.
That was
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
It was.
Okay, so besides our featured read, I read 4 Frida McFadden books.
Oh, you're really heavy into Frida.
It takes off running at this point. Based on my stars here, I'm down between 2. Honestly, I'm going to have to say The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden.
Okay.
Because my other one that I was between, the ending, I was just kind of like, okay. Like, yes, it was really good. I still gave it 4 stars. But I just remember, like, the plot twist, I was just kind of like, you could have done better than this.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But The Perfect Son.
Amazing. I read 9 in March.
Oh. All right.
Mm-hmm. So this was definitely a difficult choice. I read a lot of arcs in March. I think there was like 3 or 4 of them. 5 of them were advanced reader copies. So
Damn.
there were some really big duds in that list, which I will talk about after we go through all of our monthly favorites. But it's between The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, because that novel fucking gutted me. And anybody that has read that book will agree that that is a heavy, heavy book. But it's also between A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. That was like the Dracula retelling kind of, but it was through like her point of view. And it was so artfully written. Like it was a masterpiece. It really was. But I don't know if it hit me as hard as what The Last Letter hit me. So I think I might have to pick The Last Letter as my favorite read for
Another
March.
Rebecca.
So that's 2 Rebecca Yarros in a row.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She
All right.
really impressed me with her contemporary romance. Because I started, like, I had no idea who she was until Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing came across my bookshelf and I just took off. Like, I really loved her fantasy. And then I found out that I had The Last Letter in physical. I had no idea where it came from, who I got it from. It was just on my shelf, and yeah.
Just meant to be.
Yeah, I've just been so impressed with her writing. And I know, like, she gets a lot of flack that people really don't think she's a good writer, don't like her fantasy writing. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't agree with it. I think she is a great writer.
They can see themselves out.
Yes, exactly. And April. What was our featured read for April?
The Duke and I. By...
Oh, Bridgerton. Yes. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite?
As soon as I say this, you're going to know. So I read 3 books that month. One was actually an audiobook on my way, when I was driving on my way to St. John's. That was interesting. This isn't my favorite, but I'm just going to say this just so you know what I'm talking about. Your Dad Will Do.
Right. I was going to say, I recall you telling me this.
Yeah. But my favorite was Older by Jennifer Hartmann.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know what it is, what she puts in her books, but it is pure drugs. Like, it is.
Yeah.
She is addictive. She's such a good writer. And this book really, I think she shone with this one.
Like, at that stage of my life in April, like, that was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, that phenomenal. I rated it 5 stars. I think that was actually my first 5-star rating of 2024.
Yeah, I think we talked about that, and it's very fitting.
Very fitting. Like,
yeah.
I can just literally close my eyes and picture that book, and I'm like, oh, did I actually watch that in a theater? Like,
I wish I could do that.
I wish I could give it to you. Oh my gosh. I wish I could just and just
all I know is, as I was reading it, all I could think was the main character was being described to be like Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot go back from that. There's no going back.
Yeah. She was like over the age of 20 after, right?
Yes, I do believe when they first meet, because it is an age gap, for those of you who don't know, she is, I believe, 17 at the time when they meet.
But nothing happens.
No, and he's not aware until after the fact. Like, not like, I don't mean it like they did something and he didn't, but they aren't aware of who the other person is. They're not aware of this massive age gap between them. Yeah, so going into it, you could potentially have a bit of a icky feeling, but just stick with it. Yeah. Because it's not icky. It's not.
Yeah. All right. What's yours?
Oh. Okay. This was the hardest month, because I just have to list out a few of what I've read, because I read 8 books, but I read Older by Jennifer Hartmann, The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros.
Oh my gosh.
I read And Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. So those 3 right there, plus our featured read, The Duke and I, like, I loved that. Mm-hmm. But those 3 books, I don't know how to choose between them. When I was going down through my list and picking favorites, I did pick Older. Mm-hmm. But it is literally like I could easily say Not Another Love Song was my favorite of that month as well. Like that, it was so freaking close.
I feel like you can have a tie.
Can I? Okay, it's a tie then. It's a tie because I don't know how to. And the cello scene from Not Another Love Song still
I know you keep talking
lingers.
about it.
Yes, that is what
I need to read it.
And it has been almost a year, and I will still periodically think of that scene. So, do yourself a favor, go read that book.
Okay. Okay.
And then May. Our featured read for May was what? Oh, that was a month we did the Nicholas Sparks book, Dear John.
Oh, that's why it's not coming up here, because...
You've read it before.
Yeah, I read it before, and for some reason, I guess I didn't, like, add another read date to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So that means
your end of year wrap-up thingy, is incorrect.
Yep. Okay. So, my favorite, I only read one other book, but that is going to have to be my favorite for May. Love Dear John, but this one hit a lot more. The Coworker by Frida McFadden. I rated it 5 stars.
Yeah.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Did not expect the plot twists.
I still need to read that one.
There's still so many that you need to read.
I know, but I can say the same about you, Rebecca.
I know. I know. Yeah, that was... I still keep trying to, like, guess her plot twists. And I still can't.
No.
They're either for the better, or I have come across a couple that were for the worse. That, like, because I'm constantly trying to, like, think way outside the box. And sometimes they did end up in a very tiny corner in the box. And, like, it's just kind of, you know, you could do better than that. Anyway.
It's sad because I've come across a couple books like that where, like, the plot twist wasn't much of a twist. Like, I felt like I was hyping it up so much more in my head that what I had figured as a plot twist would have been a better plot twist for the book.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Stacey, you are not the author. Stop trying.
Nice try.
May was pretty difficult for me to choose. I read 9 books in May.
Damn.
Dear John came nowhere near the top for me.
Yeah.
I liked it. It just, I don't know. I couldn't really... I only rated Dear John 3 stars.
Yeah, I mean... yeah.
Oh, well. So for mine, it was between Ranger by Rebecca Sharp. That was the Spencer Reed-ish character.
Yes.
Oh, that was so good. Yep. I also read Flawless, which is the Chestnut Springs series, Elsie Silver, the cowboy one.
Yes.
The bull rider. That did some things for me. And then I also read The Viscount Who Loved Me. And that, I think, is what I would pick that one as my top for May. Like,
damn.
I really enjoyed that book. It helped already loving the characters because of the series, the Netflix series. So I just went into it already thinking of...
What's his name? Bailey?
Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
Oh, what a man.
Cries in female.
Yep. Because, that's the only barrier here. Oh,
Yeah.
bring us into June before I weep again. I already cried once in my life over Wentworth Miller being gay.
Yeah. So sad. As if we ever stood a chance, but still we could dream.
Yeah.
I'll still dream.
Yeah. It makes no difference.
No, honestly. All right, so June, our featured read was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez.
Oh, so good.
That's all I read for June.
Is it?
I'm trying to think of what happened in June. The sun was out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have time to read.
I don't even know if... Did you finish Just for the Summer? Did you... Because I know June was, really rough. I don't even know if we recorded both episodes for June.
I honestly don't remember. I know I got a nice chunk, a nice way through it, at least, but I don't even remember what the ending was now.
Yeah, but, I mean, we're like that with every book.
Also true.
Yeah,
oh, you rated it 5 stars?
The vibes.
Yep, in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just... You know what? Last June was the same way. June of 2023. We may as well just take a hiatus in June. Every year.
You're too busy soaking up the sun.
Yeah. June and July. They're not good months for me. I need to be out in the sun.
No. I only read 3 books in June. So I was pretty, not because I was out soaking up the sun. It was not my reason.
You're hiding away.
Yeah, basically, just dead with the heat. But I did read another cowboy book, Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. That was also a fantastic book. Fantastic. But my favorite will have to be Just for the Summer. She knocked it out of the park with that book. I love the characters, the feeling, everything about it. It was my first Abby Jimenez book, and I've recently read more by her and have come to the... I think Just for the Summer was a one-hit wonder. I don't want to say that. That's so rude.
No.
But I didn't like the others, so I don't know. I did really, really enjoy that one, though.
Well, hey, a win is a win.
Mm-hmm. And that's also the same month that I read June 1st by Jennifer Hartmann. And prior to this, Jennifer Hartmann could do no wrong. I would eat up anything, everything. I love her writing. But June 1st just did not do it for me. I rated that one only 3 stars.
Oh.
Yeah. I was pretty bummed. But yeah.
That's sad.
Oh, July was fun.
I also only had 1 book in July.
Wow.
Hey, I said it.
I had 4.
Okay.
But July is our Emily Henry month. We feature Emily Henry every July. And so this one was Funny Story. And was that your only read?
Yeah, but I rated that 5 stars. You know what? Right now, can't even remember what that book was about. Let me just go in and read this really quick.
It was so good. It definitely would have been my top book of July if I didn't read A Court of Silver Flames.
Yeah. That, of all of my options for July, I'm gonna have to go with Funny Story by Emily Henry as my favorite. It's so hard.
Yeah, the only reason why that one wasn't my favorite was, like I said, I read A Court of Silver Flames, and I could not, in good conscience,
No.
conscience not pick A Court of Silver Flames as my top for July.
You'd be judged
So
by
that's-
everyone, including me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that was definitely my top. But I also read Light Lark by Alex Astor in July, and that was also a fantastic book. I haven't read the other books in the series yet, because you know me, chronic series starter, never a finisher,
Yep.
but 2025, new year, new me, I'm going to finish the series that I've started.
Yep. I believe in you.
Thanks.
She picks up in August. The sun started going away. We picked it up.
It's odd that mine is picked up too, again, in August. What were we at in June and July that we both were in slumps?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Weird.
This was the month that we featured It Ends With Us because of the movie. The movie.
That's another
came
one
in.
that's not in my list.
Yeah, so you're not fixing up your dates, Red.
So that means that I read 41 books in 2024.
Nice.
Okay. So I read 3 books.
Really picked up.
My other 2 books that I read aren't very good. Like, I have a 3-star rating and a 2-star rating.
I remember this month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you were so excited that you were back. You had, like, multiple books that you were going to have finished, and then you were just like,
Fell
they were shit.
flat. Yeah. So, again, I'm just going to have to, like, It Ends With Us. That was so good. It will always be good. Honestly, now, I hate to say it, I think the movie has ruined it for me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't
got
know.
a bad, icky feeling. Yeah.
They just, I don't know. Like, before the movie, when I thought back on that book, it gave me, like, really good feelings. And, like, that was, like, what got me back into reading. And that was my favorite book for a while. But then the movie, which was, like, okay. Like, she was good. But then I watched it again. And now with all of this stuff coming out about Blake Lively.
Yeah.
And interviews that I keep watching, it's just ruined for me now.
Yeah. It puts a bad taste in your mouth for the actual book. And that's really sad. But I have to say, like, even with everything that's coming out, I've even got, like, a bad taste in my mouth now for Colleen Hoover. And that's really hard for me to say because... Oh, she, like, really went to bat for Blake Lively. And... I don't know, just the amount of shitting on Justin Baldoni that they've all done. I don't know. I don't want to get into it here because... Yeah. You know, read the room, Stacey.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about it and not get those feelings. So,
yeah.
I did rate it 5-star, and it probably would have been. I know it was a reread, so it probably shouldn't count anyways towards favorites of August.
Fair.
But yeah. But I do understand, like you had 2 other duds, so. Yeah.
Which is, like, so sad. Two Fridas. But that was, like... I don't know if they were both, like, old books and they were both written around the same time. They just... They weren't good enough.
At that point, and I think we might have talked about it in the episode, do you feel like maybe it was because you were getting a bit burnt out from Frida, where you read so much in such a short amount of time?
Also, could very well be true. Yeah, because it was, at that point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was number 10 at the end of August.
Brutal.
Yeah. Could do it. That'll be it.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't think it's possible for me to pick a favorite for August.
No?
Because
Oh.
no.
Let's see.
Because I read 8 books. I read Me Moth by Amber McBride, which was a absolute masterpiece. I adored that book. It took so many twists, and it was just had me completely in my feels. I also read Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which is easily one of my top fantasy books. Easy.
Damn.
I read Gallant by Victoria Schwab. That was a fantastic book. Again, another one that just blew my mind. And I read Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which was like, I don't know how to pick, because that book also was, I love her writing, for one. And the main male character reminded me so much of Milo from Atlantis that I just took right to it, because he was like one of my favorites, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to pick. When I was going down through the list and like gun to my head, you have to pick, it would probably be Divine Rivals. Don't shoot. For like the soul, like the impact it had on me, the characters, I absolutely love the characters. I love the setting, the fantasy elements in it. I mean, like, it's lovers to enemies, and she's writing on this typewriter, and the letters that she's writing to her, who she thinks to her brother, is showing up in her rival's wardrobe, and he reads them and responds to her as this, like, anonymous pen pal. He knows who she is. She doesn't know who he is, and they... right? So, like, there was all these, like, little elements of, like, fantasy and the enemies to lovers, or rivals to lovers. It's not even enemies to lovers, it's rivals to lovers. Just really, it was phenomenal. I believe it's YA, but it still deals with, like, some mature themes, so it doesn't feel like you're reading Twilight.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would have to pick that one. That was the book club's pick for August. It was great.
Good pick.
And then September. How did you do for September? I believe this was the month that we featured The Hollow Places. Nope, The Hollow Places.
Why do I keep thinking? Yeah. So I read... Okay, yeah, so we featured The Hollow Places by T. Fisher. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that month. Because it started getting cold, and then I turned into a hermit.
Me too, I read 5 as well. Look at us.
Oh. Okay. Honestly, I am at a complete draw here between Gallant and The Hollow Places. Which one am I gonna choose? Oh my gosh. The Hollow Places couldn't sleep some nights.
Yeah, it gave some real good creepy vibes.
And how long have we been waiting for that? We wanted the goosebumps. We wanted the... I wanted to not be able to sleep, and she did it.
I still wanted more.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could have more of that school bus scene, that was terrifying.
It was.
So, okay, let's just pause this for a second. So you can't visualize very well. How did that...
No, I can't, actually, visualize it. I know how it was described, so, I know what it would look like. But I can't, I can't picture it in my head. But I still
Ugh.
know, like, what it would be like. I can
Yeah.
still feel, like, what I would feel if I were to actually see it.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfy just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like...
We keep, like, making jokes about how we want something to give us the same, like, cold feeling inside when we seen, you know, in Verity, when she's standing at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I always go back to that. Like, I want to feel that again, where it's just that, like, ice cold dread.
Yep.
And I felt that with that scene in the bus.
Yep.
In the hollow places. So it felt...
Well, hey. We finally got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But now I just want more, and I wanted more of that in the hollow places. Like, there were still some, like, really cool, creepy parts, but I just wanted more. More.
Yeah.
I was greedy.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to... I think I'm gonna have to go with Gallant, though, by Victoria Schwab for my favorite for September. Like,
Such a
The
good
Hollow Places
book.
is definitely, like, right there next to it. But, yeah. Yeah, definitely Gallant. Yeah. Okay. What did you read? What was yours?
Okay, this was the easiest month for me. I did read a lot of good ones, but it was so easy to pick my favorite. Another Sarah J. Maas, House of Earth and Blood. I read the first Crescent City book, and I absolutely fell in love. And there's no way I can't pick that as my favorite for September. I also read the second in the Murderbot Diaries, Artificial Condition. That was another super good book. I love that series. I read Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver. That was another super good book that could easily be a top book of a month. But I just had to, Crescent City just does it for me. So, and I love that fantasy modern world take, right? I love that so much. And it brings me back because and I know, like, we've discussed it a little bit, but the Feverborn series, that was, like, one of, not my first, but one of, like, my fantasy series that I just latched onto, hyperfixated on, and read, like, you know. Yeah, and that was back in, oh my god, like, 2012, 2013, maybe. So reading Crescent City brought me back to that same feeling because Feverborn is set in, it's a fantasy paranormal in modern time.
So much easier.
Yeah, and it's just, I just love that feeling of being able to read a fantasy and still being able to feel like it's part of this world.
Yeah. Like, this is possible.
Yeah, right? I know it's not obviously in this world, but it gave that same modern feel, right? So,
yeah.
I just love it. I love it. I love the characters. And Sarah J. Maas knows how to write her men.
Men written by women. Oh, God.
Yeah.
If only.
Okay, so October, we featured The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. Ooh, I have some duds in October.
I only read 2 books. But I read Sex and Occlumency by, what is it, Grandal? I need to be wearing my glasses.
Hold on.
Grandal?
Yeah, Grandal? Grandal?
I rated this 5 stars.
Really?
Yep.
I forgot that. I read it the previous month. Like, I read it in September, but I only rated it 3 stars because I wanted more plot.
Who cares about the plot?
I know.
Amazing. I loved it. I thought it was
Yeah.
good. The perfect amount of plot, the perfect amount of spiciness, the perfect amount of the wizarding world.
Yeah.
Loved it. 5 stars.
We love our fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. October, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. Some duds. But I had 3 really good books, and it would have been really difficult to pick between the 3, but I read the second Crescent City and had to pick that for my favorite.
Of course.
But Lights Out by Nevessa Allen.
Oh.
Fabulous.
I need to read that so
You need to listen to the audiobook for that. Do not go to print audiobook because he uses a voice modulator.
I have 3 credits on my Audible.
Get it. You will not regret it. Will not. It is fantastic.
So there's no dramatized version, is there? It's just...
No, but it still sounds like it's... Yeah, just the regular...
Got it.
You got it? Oh my god, you will love it. Oh! And then the other one I read was Breath Mints and Battle Scars by Onyx and Elm.
Right. I remember you talking about that.
Oh, my heart. So it is difficult, in a sense, to pick one because I always want to pick the fan fiction.
Yeah.
But House of Sky and Breath, the second Crescent City novel, Rebecca, I swear to God, if you don't read these soon, I'm going to explode if I can't talk about it.
There's not enough hours in the day. I have too many things to read.
I know. Can we just, feature Crescent City and just spread it out over, 4 months? So you have lots of time.
I'll get it on my Kindle,
it's really
I promise.
Good. I know. It's just, might be hard, getting into because there is some, world building. But I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again just for proof. Or to look back on it and be like, oh my god, this didn't age well. But Crescent City right now, for me, tops ACOTAR. Right? So I don't know if that's going to age well.
Damn.
But I am getting, and I love ACOTAR. I love it. This is nothing to do with me not liking ACOTAR. It's the fact that that's how much I love Crescent City.
Damn
and the
it.
characters. I know. And I know. And who knows? Maybe once I finish Throne of Glass, I might say the exact same thing and be like, I really like ACOTAR. I really like Crescent City, but Throne of Glass is just... but just something about Crescent City, the characters, And, yeah. I can't say anything else. I will end up spoiling. So, rein me in a bit, Rebecca. Bring us into November.
So, November, I don't know if anybody knows this or if you've tuned in at the right time in our episodes, but we have classified Novembers as our Hermione fanfiction month. So, we featured The Auction by Loves Bitka 8, which is technically Rights and Wrongs series number 3, but The Auction is a standalone. I want to go and read numbers 1 and 2 now.
Yeah, they're apparently not as good, but I can get them for you and send them to you.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. That's all that I read in November. Why did I only read 1 in November?
I'm not surprised. Actually, yeah, that's right, because our November wrap-up, we never posted. Because everything was just so busy and chaotic and...
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But either way, I rated The Auction 5 stars, so even if I did read more, I still would have chosen that as my favorite book for November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really, really good. And it's Julie Soto. She's such a good writer. Like, and that even shines in the fan fiction that she wrote.
That was amazing.
My November was busy.
What'd you read?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books in November.
Holy crap, how are you going to choose?
It's very difficult because even just listing out my 4-star reviews, like my 4+ stars, Sweet Talk by Cara Bastone, that was amazing. A Soul to Keep by Opal Rain, amazing. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry, amazing. Throne of Glass, amazing.
Amazing.
Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, amazing. Two Can Play by Allie Hazelwood, amazing. The Auction by Love's Big Guy 8, amazing.
Amazing.
So how the frig do I pick one out of that? I think it has to, like, I think I obviously have to pick Throne of Glass. Because, like, 5 stars, amazing read, is Sarah J. Maas. She can apparently write no wrong for me. I've been eating up everything and, like, 5-starring everything that she writes.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But the other books were all so fantastic. Legends and Lattes, if you ever want just a cozy fantasy, that's your book. And then Better Than the Movies was such a cute rom-com, so and I desperately want to read the second book.
I have it here. I don't know why I haven't read it yet.
I was so close to buying it so many times.
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously. That's why I haven't read it yet, because I haven't wanted a cute book.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. You need to read books involving badass women and no romance.
Yeah. So, we haven't talked about December at all yet because we haven't recorded all of December.
Exactly. So I have no idea what you read in December and you don't know what I read in December.
Nope.
Do we want to just go down through the list? Like, we don't have to give descriptions, just...
Yeah.
Just a little...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you read in December? Give me the lowdown.
Okay. So, I read 5 books.
What the hell? When did you have the time in December to read that many books?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, December, when I think back, that month didn't even happen.
It was a blip.
A blip. It was stressful before work, or before my Christmas holidays. And then Christmas holidays came and went. Was I home? Did that even happen? Was that real? I'm not kidding. Like, that feels like it didn't even happen.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like, when I think back to me being home, that feels like months ago. But doesn't at the same time.
And it was, like, literally just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. My brain feels really weird. Anyway. So, the first one that I read in December was The Gift by Frida McFadden.
How did you, like, short, condensed version, how did you feel about it?
Nope. I only gave it a 1 star because it wouldn't let me proceed without giving it a star.
I think even I gave it, I
I think
managed
you
to
gave
give it 3 stars somehow.
What? Oh my god.
I don't think it's actually 3 stars. Like, I now thinking back to it, even still after I finished it, I was like, what the bloody hell was that?
Like, it wasn't. Where's the mystery thriller?
No. It was so different from her stuff. It
Yeah. Like,
was weird.
Frida girly, please don't do any short books.
No.
That was a short book. That was just like 40 something pages. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Anyway, just there was no plot twist. It was just no. Anyway, moving on. Then I read 2 books in the Under the Mistletoe collection. So I read 1 and 2, which is Cruel Winter with You by Allie Hazelwood, which I rated 5 stars. Super cute. Such a cozy, romantic, cute little Christmas read. Loved it. Then number 2, which was Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. I only rated that a 3. I wasn't super...
No, I've seen a lot of low ratings on those books. Yeah, the first one by Allie Hazelwood, I've seen being rated higher than the rest of them, and a lot of them was getting like 1-star reviews.
Yeah.
So I've stayed away.
I attempted book 3, and then I don't even remember who that one was by. I just got out of it. I was like, hey, this is enough. Then I read The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, because that just came out, I think in November, whenever it came out. Rated that a 4.
Okay.
She was pretty good. Good plot twist. Typical
Redeemed
Frida.
From The Gift.
Yeah, she completely redeemed herself. We were good. We're homies again. Then I read another fan fiction. The one that actually you put on my Kindle a while ago. I don't know how long ago. It could have been 2 weeks ago, and it could have been 5 months ago. I have absolutely no idea. I don't remember. Marriage of Expedience by Sin Lin Yu.
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty good. I rated it a 3. It was a cute, quick read. So you know how normally we don't like Ron because he's a whiny little...
Yeah.
bitch? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hated Harry in this one.
Yeah, I get that.
Like,
but also we
suck
still
it
hated
up.
Ron in this one too.
Still hated Ron. Yeah.
Love Rupert Grint.
Yes.
Don't
Two
like Ron.
completely different. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was me. That was my December.
Okay.
Trying to choose a favorite. Like, my highest rating would have been Cruel Winter with You, but I wouldn't choose that as my favorite for the month, just because it's, I don't know. The Boyfriend, let's just say, we'll say The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. Yeah.
You don't seem happy with that choice?
No.
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite. Like, they were all mediocre.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty obvious what my favorite was, but I'll just flick down through what I did read.
Okay, I'm ready.
I read Drop Dead by Lily Chu. This was pretty fun. It was another one of the, like, rivals to lovers scenario where they're both journalists and they're trying to get, like, the story from this old rich lady. So they're, like...
Okay.
Yeah, rivaling. It was pretty decent. I rated it 3 stars. It wasn't fantastic, but I mean, it was a fun read.
Okay.
Maybe This Time by Cara Bastone. I rated it 4 stars, very close to 5 stars. Like, I could probably change it to 5 stars. It was actually a fantastic little magic realism time travel-ish. And it was so quick. It was an audiobook. And it was just like, it was so quick. But yeah, it was really neat because Noah Reed from Schitt's Creek.
Yep.
He's the male character in it, and I love his voice so much. Yeah, but yeah, they're like two teachers, and she ends up calling him from like this other timeline. She gets stuck somewhere, and like it is so interesting because the conversations between them, you could tell it's done on some sort of like phone. And, like, you could hear stuff in the background. It's, like, a graphic audio.
I love that.
But, and then, like, when they're getting messages to each other, like, you can hear, like, the phone. And it's just... But, anyways, the whole premise of this book was just fantastic anyways. Like, I can't explain it without, like, spoiling anything. Just definitely, if you've got a couple hours to listen to an audiobook, pick this one up. It's on Audible Plus. Just fantastic little book. Again, I think I would rate that a 5-star, 4.5. Yeah, and then I read another fanfic, Paraseal by Lady Kens. Yeah, so this one is Dramini. And there is a child involved.
Oh.
Yeah, so Hermione Granger has been away from London for 6.5 years. When she returns, her son in tow, she runs into the one person she was hell-bent on avoiding. Yes. Very good. I did only rate it a 3-star because I was a little nitpicky on some stuff. It, but fair. It was still a great fan fiction. Like, I love fan fiction, so, Then there was The Glitch by Leanne Slade. That was a 4-star. Another little, like, time travel-y sort of...
Amazing.
Yeah. Daisy Edgar Jones. She narrates it, and Sam Claflin. So yeah, I was just, okay, I don't even need to know what this book is about. I'm listening to it.
Sign me up. Yep.
Yes. Another, yeah, this is like one where she, everything is just going not great in her life currently. And she has like a bottle of wine and an erratic wish later. And she wakes up 5 years earlier. It's her 25th birthday now, and she has this opportunity to change everything that happened in those 5 years.
Damn.
Yes. So it had me all in my feels.
Fair.
And then Grimoires and Gingerbread by Danielle Garrett was definitely a miss. I did rate it 3 stars, but I feel like that's generous just because I feel like I stepped into this world, this series, and no clue where I was to, what was happening, who these people were. Like, it just felt very, did not, it was Christmassy. It just, no. Then I read Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, and this was a 4-star read, easily 5-star. Not sure why I docked a star. Don't remember anymore. Fantastic. I just have to read the little bit of the description on this one.
Okay.
The Emperor needs necromancers. The 9th necromancer needs a swordswoman. So Gideon has a sword, some dirty magazines, and no more time for undead bullshit. That is how the description starts.
Amazing.
Yeah, so she's badass, and you get that right from the start. Like, it's just, I love it. It's an LGBT book, sci-fi with fantasy. Pick it up. It's so good.
Perfection. Okay.
Yes. I also read The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, just to compare it to the series. It was pretty cute. Yeah. just, yeah, 3 stars.
Okay.
I finished Tattered, which was a Devdy Perry book. I've talked about that a little bit on the podcast because I was reading it. Not great, 3 stars. And then I also finished the featured read, which was How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we talked about the featured read.
No.
Yeah, I forgot to include that too.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't even have a rating put in either on Goodreads, so
yeah,
definitely a miss on that one. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah,
but yeah. So my favorite out of all those was Gideon the Ninth. That was definitely my top 4 for December. That was such a fun read. Yeah.
What a good year.
It was a great year for books.
Yeah. Like, some months may have fallen behind, but...
Yeah. But man, some good quality books there, I think, for both of us. And did you read any that were definitely like, ick, yuck, don't like?
Are you ready?
Oh, God. Yeah?
Okay, I only have 2.
Okay.
Right off the bat, we are going to go with Unhinged by Vera Valentine. I can't do it.
Oh my God, Rebecca.
Nope. I don't know. I can't.
See,
how can you tell me?
Already, you are using too many brain cells.
I can't. I can't not. How?
I don't know. I don't think about it that hard.
No. So I rated that 1 again because I couldn't rate it a 0.
Mm-hmm.
It just... If she didn't do what she did to the doorknob, maybe.
Did you finish it? Did you read all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny because the last person I was talking to about Unhinged, which I will leave unnamed just because I don't know if she wants her 5-star rating to be public. I don't recall if she does or not. But yeah. So literally, like, everybody else that I talked to about Vera Valentine's Unhinged book have liked it or loved it. You're the only person I talked to that don't get it.
I couldn't.
I don't know what that says about me and my friends.
Yeah. Like, I remember I started it when I was getting my hair done by Ilsa last January. And I remember, like, I had my Kindle and I looked up at her in the mirror and I was like, no. Like, and she would just keep eyeing me. Like, no, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Oh, then, it's such a fun time.
Then my next, I mean, I already discussed The Gift by Freed McFadden. That was a 1. But my other one that I gave a 1 star because I couldn't give a 0 was The Shadow, a horror short story by Andrew S. French. I'm so sorry, Andrew, but that wasn't it for me. Yeah. It wasn't a horror. It talked about this shadow that would, like, take over the body, like different hosts, like, have different hosts. Just no.
Just didn't do it.
Didn't do it. I wanted to be scared. I was not. It was just, I don't know. And also, the fact that it was a short story. So, like, it's hard, I know, to get, a lot of the oomph into, like, less than 80 pages. I don't know. It fell completely flat for me. I did not like it at all. It was just kind of meh.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of it for me. Everything else was pretty good.
I had quite a few duds, but the biggest one would be Bronte Lovers by Angela Pierce. And I know I talked about it a little bit. It was an arc that I read back in March, I think.
Okay.
And it was a contemporary romance, and like if you're a fan of Bronte's, you like contemporary rom-com, it's like a love triangle, angst, morally gray characters, quirky humor. I was just like, okay, this checks off a lot of boxes. Like I love like bringing in classical literature into contemporary just because it's fun. But I was reading this book and I was loving it, but there was this part where the main character gets super homophobic, and I don't like that. The author dealt with that in such a shitty, gross way that I could not.
Yeah, okay.
She also brought in topics of self-harm, substance abuse, just a lot of things like depression and stuff. She really did not do it justice. It was very abrupt. There was no grace when she was writing it. Like, it was just, it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. Like, I will never pick up anything by Angela Pierce, ever. Yeah.
Damn.
I was angry. My review, I said I really didn't want to make this low review. I was enjoying the hell out of this up until the homophobic reaction of the main character, all the miscommunication and lying, and then the topic of self-harm or suicide, depression, and physical and mental abuse needed to be handled with much more care than the author administrated it. Fucking disgusting. Yeah.
It's very concerning.
Yeah. Oh, I hated it. Yeah. There were a few others that I rated really low, like Instance Around the House by Josh Mallerman. That fell completely flat for me. But I did see that they're making, I don't know if it's a TV series or a movie, but they are doing something screen-related for that book, which is great. But I just didn't like how it ended. It was really, like, high stakes, almost like you were, like, really into it, right? I was, like, scared listening to it because I listened to the audiobook for it. And then it was just like, oh my God, that was it? Like...
That's so sad when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did get a really low review or rating for a Jennifer Hartmann book, which was Lotus. And I feel bad because a lot of people rated it really high.
Oh.
Like 80% rated it 4-star and above, and I only rated it 2-star.
So what made you do that?
Honestly, I don't really recall. I do remember that, like, Oliver, he was captive for, like, God, like, decades. I don't know if it was, 22 years. He was held captive in this man's bunker, was being told that, like, the world is gone. Like, we can't go up on the surface. It's, he was coming downstairs in a hazmat suit, stuff like that. So, like, 22 years later, he's, like, 30, I think, or close to 30. He gets out. And he is just, like, this newborn baby out in the world now, right? Like, it was charming, you know, like it was kind of cute. He reconnects with the girl that he, you know, as a child was best friends with, and their relationship from there. But there was just there was enough of like a ugh for me to rate it 2 stars.
I remember you were telling me that she like got mad at him for disappearing.
Yes, it was all about her. Yeah. At one point she was very yeah. No, we don't do that.
No.
The man was in a bunker for 22 years thinking that there was nothing
everything
above
was
ground.
Yeah.
But woe is me. How do you think I felt? My best friend was gone. Please. Read the room.
Audacity. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, those were my low marks, like my low reviews. I won't go into all of them because I do have quite a few rated lower, but those were like the 2 that really stuck out to me because one, Jennifer Hartmann, I was really let down by that because I do love Jennifer Hartmann. Yeah. Overall, though, 2024 was a fucking sick year for reading.
I think that really clues up our 2024.
Yeah, it does. And going into 2025, do we want to talk about what our plan is for our featured reads for majority of this year?
So, 2025. We're thinking... What are we thinking? Are we actually going to do it?
I'm game.
Let's feature some Harry Potter.
Yes. And not just the fan fictions. We are going original J.K. Rowling Harry Potter series.
Yep.
Ah.
Do you think it's okay if we, like, discuss the differences in detail? Like, is there really any spoilers in Harry Potter anymore?
No. I think with how old Harry Potter is and how popular, and again, like the movies are also aged, I think it's safe for us to talk about everything. Yeah.
Yay. Because I love talking about the differences. I remember I was going out with my ex around the time that I was reading all of the Harry Potter books, and we would have like our marathon, and I would yap the whole time. I'd be like, oh, this is how it was different in the book. This is what this is, like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this is what's different, this didn't happen, what's going on here? I would yap the whole time.
Yeah, that's an interesting direction.
Yeah. Now I can freely do it without pissing somebody off.
Yes, and I think we could have watch parties. We could pick a night and just watch, you know, so we are fresh and prepared to discuss the differences between the books and the movies. I think that would be so fun.
Love it. Then, other than our Harry Potter featured reads for the however many months, 7 months, but we don't know which months they are going to be yet. We're still going to keep July as our Emily Henry month. Mm-hmm. And November as our Hermione fanfiction month. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm not prepared to give up our Emily Henry July. I definitely don't want to give up our Hermione November. So those 2 months will still stay. Then the 7 months of Harry Potter books. So really that gives us like 2 months to play around with for other featured reads.
Okay. Yep. I like it.
Yeah, so we'll just have to figure out where we want to take those little breaks.
Well, January is already taken. February would be nice to do like a lovey-dovey book.
Oh, are you going to be ready to do a lovey-dovey book?
Probably not. How about like a really disgusting axe murdering, a lot of gore,
We could do
a
that.
lot of just, killing someone. I could do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's
We'll have
how
an
I'm gonna.
anti-Valentine's Day
There we go.
February. Okay, we can do that. So then March, April, May, June. July will be Emily Henry. August, September, October. Then we'll lead right into with the Germani for November. Then December will be our Christmas book. I think that sounds
Done.
like a fantastic plan.
You heard it here first, folks. Get ready.
Awesome. So this is going to be a very fantasy-filled year for us.
Yep,
hopefully,
season 3.
Hopefully, this season I can convince you to read Crescent City.
I promise I will. I promise.
Ooh. Okay. So
you heard it here.
Yes. That better make it into the cut. So every time we get closer and closer through like the year, I can say, remember, you promised, it's in the episode. Yep.
I'll go download it.
Fantastic.
All right.
What a great year. And
Amazing.
A great year coming.
Yep. We already know.
Yep. Well, on that note, I think this clues up our wrap-up episode.
Oh, yeah.
Wait!
Amazing.
No, it doesn't!
What?
Rebecca!
What?
What was your favorite read of 2024? Your absolute favorite? Your number one?
How could we forget?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. My favorite of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
None of them compare to the auction. I'm just gonna have to say it.
Oh, wow. So this is 2 years in a row that the Germani fanfiction that we picked has been your number
my
one.
My top favorite. Yep.
Ooh. You know,
I can't not pick it.
I would agree.
Yeah?
I would. But.
Okay.
The second Crescent City book. There is nothing that can compare to that right now for me. Like, the way that book ended was enough right there to pop it right up to
I need to read
number
it.
one. You do? I'm sorry that I hype it up so much, but you do.
Okay, maybe I'll go read right now.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for sticking around for an hour and a half to listen to us ramble.
Yep. Good times. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, it's really late there. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks.